Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Tread softly, breathe peacefully, laugh hysterically. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That way lays defeat and death. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination, but when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. It always seems impossible until it's done. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged, to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Where you stand depends on where you sit. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I could not change others. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. Nothing is black or white. In my country, we go to prison first and then become president. Know your enemy and learn about his favorite sport. It is not where you start, but how high you aim that matters for success. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. Let there be justice for all. Let there be peace for all. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. Let each know that for each the body, the mind, and the soul have been free to fulfill themselves. Quitting is leading too. We must use time creatively and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. When the water starts boiling, it is foolish to turn off the heat. If a man thinks badly of you, then he is worse than you. Those who are better than you just don't care about you. A person does not become a freedom fighter in the hope of winning awards. The main sign of mutual friendship is the enjoyment of communication. Peace is the greatest weapon for development that any person can have. To find out if your friend is loyal, ask him to lie to another friend. It is music and dancing that make me at peace with the world. No single person can liberate a country. You can only liberate a country if you act as a collective. Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners can't enter in contracts. There are few misfortunes in this world that you cannot turn into a personal triumph if you have the iron will and the necessary skill. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace.